music brings it all back? That was the theme for another hugely successful show that came out of Studio One.
Welcome to TV Ringside, another action presentation, and tonight's main event, Jeff White and Manny Santos.
It went to air every Monday night at 9:30 and featured a different kind of hit parade.
Here he goes now after Holt. Holt bounces away from the ropes and back in the centre ring. Hard right to the head by Costanzo, and down goes Holt. Left-hand jab now by Jackson. Hard right by Jackson, and he forces Watson back into the corner, and the referee has stopped the fight.
The ring was right here in the middle of the studio, with the audience around all four sides, just like a stadium.
Edawadi's winning this round, punch. Edawadi's outboxing him now.
Bell. Mahunga is the winner.
Sterling Magnick was, they'd have found him in a bar up in the snowy mountains, you know. Too big to be a man, too small to be an elephant.
Right, well, I hope you're enjoying this championship contest. In fact, I hope you're sitting back and enjoying it with an icy cold Crest Lager. Raymond's in trouble again. I think the referee's going to stop it. Charlie Raymond is the winner by a TKO.
Well, TV Ringside was a tremendous show. There was a lot of fighters in Australia. When I say Australia, there were famous fighters coming along and kids coming out of the woodwork. They wanted to box, and there had to be a place for them.
The very first night of TV Ringside, and two fellas who were then main event fighters in Melbourne fought a very exciting spar. Lionel Rose and Johnny Famechon.
Ron Casey, a genius who was a sports guy anyway, he felt there was a place for boxing on television, and he put it on television, and it wowed him.
You watch him go right in the loop, in the middle of the dining room. What a tough customer he is, Ron. Well, you're right, he shaves with a blow lamp. I'll guarantee this fellow, he's that tough. He's as cool as the tip of a Laplander's nose.
Well, before long, the show's popularity grew so much it had to be relocated to Festival Hall, popularly known as the House of Stoush.
Santos after White, beautiful left hook. Jeff White in trouble now. Santos after him. Left and right. The dual Australian champion, Jeff White, trying to stand his ground. The referee stopped it. Santos the winner by a technical knockout.
HSV7 had already established its reputation as the leading channel for football, racing, cricket, cycling, boxing and every other game you could name. This culminated in the longest running sporting show in Australian television history, World of Sport.
And now I hand you over to the boys in the studio for Veal's World of Sport.
Good.
So where does that leave you?
The same place I was before, coming to give you these...
Now look, will you get the heap out of here and take it over to your garage, man, straight away?
Excellent. Ready.
And here we go now. Essendon win the snap. Essendon got the snap from Richmond.
You've accused my commentary of the game. I'm a professional here, or supposed to be a professional commentator. What was wrong with it?
I think on several occasions you said it will develop into a bit of a riot later on.
I said it'd develop into a riot, and did it?
Well, that's right.
Well, if good judge.
Well, that's right, and that's what I'm saying.
It's a nice old muck-up when Case isn't there, isn't it?
It's the brilliant Oliver holding the advantage, going to the line, and he's going to win it as Hilton Clark comes to grief, trying just a little bit too much, and he's down. He's fallen.
And the best thing about him, he don't think he's a champion.
We're going to give you a lot of fun.
All new styles, modern and conventional, great new colours too.
Now, I want to say one other thing about a football incident, perhaps to the chagrin of the management here.
I used to come up to the World of Sport, probably as the coach, and be interviewed by Lou and Jack and all those other, Jimmy Francis and the Baron and Kevin Coughlin and everybody who used to be on the panel on the World of Sport. I mean, it was an institution, and it was just fantastic.
When Johnny Famechon visited World of Sport shortly after winning his world title, he was welcomed by footballers and the team from World of Sport forming a guard of honour as he entered the studio through that door.
Well, as I say in the best shows, be seated, gentlemen.
Come with me to the races. Come with me to see the Melbourne Cup.
In 1958, Seven Melbourne introduced one of its most popular variety shows, Sunnyside Up. The hour-long show went to air live at 7:30 on Friday nights. The compere seemed to be an unlikely choice. He was a radio race caller. No one suspected that he could sing, dance, and even handle comedy. He became Seven Melbourne's most popular personality, Bill Collins.
We've got a very good show for you, at least we think it is.
He's not too good today, though.
Isn't he?
No, he told me that he saw a nasty accident this morning.
Oh.
Girl fell off a tram and he didn't help her up.
He didn't help her up? I'm surprised at him. Why didn't he help her up?
Because I told him never to pick up strange women.
Now, would you like me to wrap it or will I send it?
Neither. I'll eat it here.
Will you?
Yes.
Good girl.
Eat it.
I didn't know cows could fly.
Well, now, this is gay for eating. You've got to be able to speak French. Can you speak any languages at all?
I can speak 3 languages.
What are they?
Carlton, Collingwood and Fitzroy.
It's so nice
that I'm a man,
to have a man,
the man you want
around the house.
When 2 guys pull together, it's teamwork.
Lover, come back.
A song that Alf Spargo picked for me to do was George Has Got the Hiccups. No, I'd never heard of it, and I never want to hear it again, but we did an opening of it, and yeah, it was quite funny. It really was. So this George Has Got the Hiccups, it worked out quite well, and I thought, what am I going to do with this?
I hear George coming a block down the street, little George. Got the hiccups. If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. Hide a band.
Well, for goodness sake.
If I knew you were coming, I'd have baked a cake. How'd you do?
How do you do?
How'd you do?
The first teenage show on Australian television was Seven Melbourne's Teenage Mailbag.
I remember Laurie Wilson on the organ playing beautifully, and Mabel Nelson, and just the memories of Gaynor and Ernie and us rushing in, and the only thing that we had was a desk and a post box.
This instant success featured vocalists Heather Horwood and Gaynor Bunning, and a very young Ernie Sigley. Teenage Mailbag received hundreds of letters every day. HSV produced a live play in here called Long Distance, a dramatic story about an important letter that went astray.
Do you remember that letter? The letter we couldn't produce at the trial? The letter that proved that Leon was innocent?
The letter? I remember it well.
I found it, Judge, I found it.
The letter? Are you quite sure?
Yes, yes. They're hanging Leon tonight.
What time is the execution?
No, this minute.
I found the prison. Get off the line.
It's hard to believe when you look at it now that so many different types of programs were produced here in Little Studio 1. Audiences came and went. Scenery for one show had to be rushed out so that another set could come in. But to viewers, it all just seemed to happen. We've got so much more to show you in Studio 1.
A great association, one that